So the other day, I was having a deep thought, and I thought to myself, I have a sister out there that I've never met. I mean, I've never met her before. I've heard of her. My middle sister is aware of her, met her, seen her, dealt with her, and stuff like that. And this sister is from the relationship that my mother had after she discarded me, rejected me, abandoned me at 17 years old, right? So I was abandoned at 17 years old. I was with my parents. We had moved to Georgia, and then after they decided to just magically get divorced, I had to come back to New York City, and I was dropped at my grandmother's house and continued life just like that, right? My mom came back into my life when I was 25 years old. 25 was the time where I got in the chance to tell her, listen, you hurt me. Your actions hurt me. You may not know that, but your actions hurt me. You left me high and dry. 17 is the most pivotal year of my life. I don't know which way I was going, but I had to figure out life with a flashlight in the dark, right? And she had a daughter with this individual. My mom went through a lot with this individual because that's the life that she chose. But I was thinking to myself, like, because I don't ask about this little girl, I don't question about the relationship, I don't know what's happening or anything like that. Like, it never dawned on me to ask about her. It never made, it's not like I have an animosity towards her, but it's just like, I don't know her. My mom did like a lot of sneak shit. So it's like, if you wanted me to be a part of this, then you would have included me. But even like after my mom came back into my life, I found out that she was telling people that she didn't have children. She was telling me that she didn't have children, and I don't know, like, I really don't know what my mom was going through at that time, but I just feel like she was just hella miserable with her life. Like, she just had so much shit going on in her life that she could not keep it on the wraps, and I want to say something across this board, across this platform. I do not hate my mother for her choices, and that's one of the things that you have to understand when you're going through this healing journey, is that you cannot hate any of them for their choices. What a lot of y'all people don't understand is that these people that hurt you, because you wouldn't do it the way that they did it, that's why you're so hurt. But the reason that they did what they did is because they thought it would make them happy. That's why they did it. They thought it would make them happy. They thought that they would be on top of the world. This would make their toes curl and stuff like that. This would make them, be the best version of themselves. They probably saw themselves in a different type of light, right? They're not thinking about your feelings. They're not thinking about your emotions. And once you understand that, you will have a better grasp of how to deal with people when they're dealing in toxicity. When people are dealing in their toxicity, it's because that's how they feel happy. That's what makes them feel happy. It's not a matter of, oh, I'm trying to hurt you, or I'm trying to make you feel bad, or whatever the case may be. These people are trying to make themselves happy. And in the midst of it, it hurts you because that's not the way how you would do business. That's not how you would treat that person. That's not how you would be considerate towards that person. And that's something that you have to understand. People ill behavior is not because they want to hurt you. It's not like, oh, if I do this, that, and the third, it's because I want to hurt this person. They're just thinking, I'm going to be happy off of this one movement, off of this one chess move, right? Not knowing that they're setting themselves up for failure, because a lot of people that are getting hurt are the people that were to help them, right? A lot of us who got hurt were the people that was going to help people elevate. And that's why a lot of us who are dealing with trauma and who are, like at a point of like, well, let me just start sharing my story and start helping people. We are showing that we always wanted to help people in a different type of form, right? A lot of us were supposed to be best friends with our mothers because we were the ones that were supposed to teach them about life that they lived already, but they could not comprehend it because they were going through so many different personality issues. trying to figure out who they were, trying to figure out if they really love this person. Do I really want this child? Can I be a mother? I don't know how to be a mother. I don't know what to do. I don't know what kind of career I want to have. I have body dysmorphia. I have this, I have that, I have that. My mother don't like me. They were going through so many things. And you were the one that's going to come and be like, Ma, you don't even need to worry about that. You and I got each other. You and I got each other, so there's nothing to worry about. You and I are going to be best friends to the day we die. But some of our mothers did not want to accept that. Some of our mothers thought that there was going to be green grass on the other side of the fence, not knowing that there was going to be walking through shootings, dog shit, niggas trying to rob them, and all types of stuff like that. You feel me? Because when my mother came back and apologized to me, I wasn't ready to accept her. I was not. She came back to me when I was about 26 and I had just woken up, and I seen a phone call or a text message or something like that from her, some sort like that from her, and I was like, what you want? I was like, what do you want? You know what I mean? She was like, oh, I was just thinking about you, and I'm sorry, and this and that. When she told me she was sorry, I was like, what happened? You bumped your toe or something like that? I would never forget that day. I had just woken up and I was getting ready to go to school, and I was like, did you bump your toe or something like that? And she just laughed at me, and she was like, no, I'm just sorry for everything that I've done to you, right? And even when she apologized after that, she had it in her mind that I didn't accept her. But she didn't understand that it took time. You left me when I was at a certain age in my life. I have gone through life a couple years in my life. I went through 8 years of my life without you. So therefore, I have formed who I am at this moment. You know what I mean? And that's something that you're not accepting. So we have bumped heads a lot. And I think even as I got into becoming an adult, into my 30s, she must have still thought that I was this little child that she didn't raise, right? And she didn't understand that. So going through this whole traumatic experience, like, I wouldn't wish this on anybody. Like, I would not wish this on any individual moving forward in their life. That's why it's very important that we heal this mother wound, because these are the people. Parents are the first teachers. Like, parents are the first teachers, and I say we because eventually one day I'm hoping and I'm praying that one day that I will be able to have my child that I can love and, exude this type of love that a mother can possibly give, because I really believe that motherhood is one of the best jobs that is on this earth. Yeah, it's tiring. Yeah, it's but you have to have the right village around you. My mother didn't have the right village around her. She didn't have the right people around her. She didn't have the encouraging people around her. Plus, she didn't know herself. So it's so much that goes into this, just being a mother, and there's so much and that goes into just healing your trauma, healing the wounds, and what really transpired. When you really sit back and analyze what type of situation you're really going through, it's not just your trauma, it's your mother's traumas, it's your grandmother's traumas, it's everybody's traumas just tumbling down on you, and you're realizing, like, no, I gotta be the real preceptor for the future, because if I continue this, it's not going to be good. I had 2 pregnancies in my life, and I'm low-key glad that they were terminated, because I would be repeating the process. I wouldn't have been happy. I would have been with somebody who didn't love me, just like my mother was, and I didn't want that to continue, you know what I mean? And I just said to myself, like, listen, you eventually going to have to start healing if you want to have the family that you want to have. This is my main reason for wanting to heal, is because I want to have a family that resembles love, that oozes love. I mean, just oozes love. I remember growing up with my parents, we used to play fight and talk and just crack jokes on one another, and just had that environment around us. But my parents low-key hated each other, so therefore if they low-key hated each other, then I feel like my mother was expecting to feel love all around when she was giving off hate, when she was oozing hate and not being herself, not being her authentic self, and feeling like she had to, hide who she truly was. My mother was going through a lot, and I respect her for everything that she has gone through, and I respect her for what she did. I respect her for going after whatever would have made her happy, or whatever the case may be. Hopefully she is in a place where she feels comfortable, and for her choices, because I think that's very important. When you're going through life, you have to be, I feel like people are stuck in depression because they're not happy with the choices that they have made. The choices that they made really reflects negativity, so therefore they are only operating out of a place of negativity. In comparison, if you were happy with the things that you did, if you were content with the things that you did, if you are proud of the things that you did, then you would be singing a different tune. But a lot of people went through things and they're not proud of it. But I don't understand why not be proud of something that you thought you had to do when you was just learning because you didn't know better, right? That's what a lot of us went through during our trauma. Like, we didn't know better, so therefore we just tried to survive the best way that we could. We thought this was the only option we had, not knowing that there was plenty of other more options that we just didn't tap into, that we didn't know even existed. So healing your mother wound is very important for you to have your love of your life, have the type of life that you want, to just have things vibrate to you in a certain type of aspect. You know what I mean? You just want to be happy. You just want to be happy moving through life, especially if you're trying to become a mother. Because if you're trying to become a mother, please, please, please heal it up. Heal everything, slurp it all up, all that trauma, anything that's bothering you, slurp that up, because we do not want to have more mothers, more daughters disconnected, because your daughter is supposed to be your best friend. That is supposed to be your best friend, because you're supposed to guide her through life, and she's supposed to come to you for any and everything. You feel me? Let that relationship really work. Let that relationship really bond, because daughters are supposed to teach their mothers things that the mothers did not even know. You feel me? So work on that. I remember seeing this mother really trying to wash her daughter up. And if you're from New York, you know what wash means. Like, she was trying to beat her up. The daughter just came out of school, must have. And she just had a lot of energy. She was zipping around her mother, playing in her hair and everything like that. And she grabbed her by her shirt and ready to cock back. And I was just like, whoa, like, what are you going through? You need to check yourself. Like, what are you going through? You know what I mean? When you're not in the right headspace, you need to step back. You really need to step back. For real. You need to step back. For real. But that was just my little rant. I don't even know where this video was going. Once I realized where it was going, or what's the title of this video, it would be up. I didn't want it to be that long, but these are just my little thoughts about when it comes to being a mother, the mother wound, having trauma, being an adult woman, and everything just all in together. So if I drop some gems for you that resonates with you, please let me know down in the comment below so that we can have a conversation. Peace.